think that I just come in there and look for knockoffs, and that's not the case. You know, I'm actually a sharp, smart fighter.
So, well, wait, I'm here. Who want to fight me?
I really don't care who's in front of me. I don't feel like no fighter can beat me.
My goal is to demolish everybody, to be honest. Everybody that's in my way. The pinnacle to any weight division is to have all the belts, all of the titles.
Welcome to Bodywork. Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It feels so good to be back. TGIF, man. Thank goodness it's Friday. Cookie Monster, Bodywork. Salute Cookie Monster. It's Friday night, man. We got some vibes, and we're gonna be just kicking it. As always, I got AC in the building. Cookie Monster say, mic check, 1 2 1 2, sounding crystal clear. That's what I like to hear. But what's going on with you, AC, man? How you feeling?
Man, I'm good, man. This break right now is welcome. Since 1 o'clock, bro. I want people to understand. Since 1 o'clock, I've been wrapped up in this nonprofit stuff, this 501c3 that started all this stuff. Me talking about it from the debate from me and Malazar. And today, I put in 8.5 hours writing bylaw, and I am nowhere close to being done because I do not know. Now understand this. Here's a person saying what I know and what I don't know. I don't know how to write legal. That's a whole nother language you have to learn. Like, what is a natural person versus a legal person? You sitting there like, what? It can't be no difference. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a big difference. One is actual human. One is a corporation. And you got to navigate through all of that type of writing, man. And it's just like, okay, let me make sure I understand the fucking definition of a simple word like quorum. What does a quorum mean? So every other word you unsure of, Google it, find the definition, because it makes a difference. It's not like writing a regular sentence where, Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a bucket of water. In that aspect, it would be the two principal parties of assigned directors who have the right to actually go up to the well, and draw water, can only be done herewith. And you're like, the fuck am I doing here, man? You know what I'm saying? But that's just the madness. So at the end of the day, it's fun, it's learning. I don't have no issues with it. I just had to take a break because then you start to get that I've been focusing too long headache. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why I'm saying right now the break is necessary.
That's what's up, man. I want to have like a fun episode. It's Friday, man. I said, man, whatever's out here, we're gonna have our little thing, do what we normally do, but just have a fun, more laid back one, man. Because every time I look back, I'm like, I don't know how in the world. Sometimes I be coming up with the thing, but I kept, after I made it, because it was funny when I first saw it, but I guess I got serious and just made it. But every time if I looked at it too long, man, I would just bust out laughing. I say, yeah, that's the kind of energy I want, man. Because the way, that's how I feel, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You see this guy right here? Look at this guy. Look at this guy, AC, man. Look at this man. Look at the man in the background, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't die. I was like, wow, you picked him.
Yeah, you know where he from?
I know the movie, but it just eluded me. I knew it all day. Now that you asked me, do I know the movie? I completely forgot. But
I give everybody in the comment section, anybody watching or listening, like a second just to look at it. Where was this guy at?
I still can't remember, bro. It's drawing a blank with me right now.
I'll give everybody a hint. It was Eddie Murphy was in it.
Oh! That's your cornbread dude.
No.
He was in the movie with your cornbread. He was one of the.
Nope. You off.
Not that movie.
Let me give you another.
Not the one with Martin where they got locked up.
Nah, not Life. Nope.
Oh, okay. Nope, it's not Life then. It's where Eddie Murphy's in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's not the Blackula movie where he played the vampire. It's not Beverly Hills. Oh, what fucking... God damn it, man. You got me on this one, bro. I knew it once I saw the picture that you sent it to me, but again, man.
I'll give you another hint. Della Reese was in it.
Oh, okay. There you go. Him, Della Reese, Richard Pryor, gangster movie. The hell was the name of that movie?
Arsenio.
It's not I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker.
No.
What the hell is the name of that movie again? Harlem Nights.
Damn, I was about to say, bro, it's up near, you know what I'm saying, sniffing distance. You know, I'm like, yeah, Harlem Nights, man. But that's how I feel, man, that's how I feel. And I think that's how a lot of fans feel when it comes down to the heavyweight division. It's like U.S. heavyweight divisions, man. Like our U.S. heavyweights just been getting punched in the mouth.
Exactly.
That's about how we feel and how we look. You know, so I wanted to have some fun, man. I do have some housekeeping, you know. I do have some housekeeping to get into. But I hope the 300 show up, man. I hope the 300 show up and have some fun. Hopefully my man Aaron Jones, I know he's gonna show up. Cause he, man, it's aging like, was it how you call it? How you call that Wagyu beef? Like what's that Wagyu?
A5 certified A5 Wagyu beef.
Certified A5. Yeah.
You get the little certification, bro, that once you get certified to actually carry it and sell it, you post that on your wall, you be like, yeah, I made it. I'm in the big times. I can get real Wagyu from Japan in this motherfucker.
Yeah, let me get this up. Yeah, that's how I was aging. Housekeeping. Number 1. Rolly's math versus Devin's math. Devin is cooked, in my opinion, and he can be a little bit late to the party, and it's okay. I just sit at the bar and have a seat and chill, listen to the music, and watch the ambiance and peep the scene with a gangster lean. And people have been coming out speaking about, you know, all these hindsight is 2020s, and it's coming to fruition. What I said the other day, that is like, well, we've been saying it. We've been talking about it, man. We said, man, we looking into a pasta restaurant, you know. And what he's been doing in the maneuvering, it's like as far as the opponent, for me, it's been off on, off on, off on, you know. And I was like, dang, he got on with Norm, and then we was looking at how we got here. That's the question, how we got here. So I was listening to that Rolly, you know, listening to what Rolly was saying, and then listening to everybody cook Dev about something's not adding up, and you said, I'm like, yeah, that's what we said. We said that the other day. First he said the money was right. At the very beginning, the money was right. And Rolly, because AC was like, and here you have another B-side. The second B-side of note. Like Oshaki was the first one. But it's the second time in this short period of time where B-sides actually sent offers. And this one, he actually came out and said on wax that the money was decent, like it was good, and you know, blah blah blah. Only to come around now and they saying the money wasn't right. But this is not mine, but I am going to go ahead and play the clip and get into it so we can have something on wax. You know, we can come back and run this back at some point in time, but we got to do this. We got to do this. So boxing is funny right now. It's really, really funny. But copyright disclaimer under section 107. Let me get rid of this for a second. Copyright disclaimer under section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair. And that's all we want to do is tip the balance in favor of fair. But this is Fight Hub. This is Fight Hub. So I'm going to give credit. I always give credit Fight Hub. And when they interviewing and getting the information that I need, you know, I use them. I cite them. You know, I give credit. I say, hey, listen, go check them out. That's viewership. That's me saying, hey, cool. Because I don't do that for everybody. There's plenty of people that get interviews and I don't refer or do nothing. That means, like, if I refer and tell you, it's like, because I'm being honest. But I'm also citing where I got it from, like where I'm getting, where my source is. You know, I think that's important. I don't think enough people do that. Because I want people to get credit for their work. Let me stop being so long-winded and stuff. Let me play this. Gotta get past this. Gotta get past that. There you go. Hold on. Here we go. This Fight Hub, y'all. Fight Hub. All credit and salutes.
I've been live. Like it's been an unbelievable long time since I've been live. I know everyone missed me. I was doing my own thing. It ain't no fun. Rolly has the gun. It ain't no fun when Rolly come out blasting either. I'm gonna turn off this timer. It's a little loud. Oh man. I want everybody to know something real quick, you know. I truly, and when I mean truly, tried my Jesus Christ is King. Absolutely. Okay, but I want everybody to know. I tried my absolute hardest to make this Devin fight. Give him 50% of the split, everything, And apparently it's not enough money, but I mean, it's a unification. It's on PBC. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a pay-per-view, all that stuff, right? And on top of that, you get Amazon promoting, you get PBC promoting, and you get me promoting it, because Devin cannot promote anything to save his life. We're talking about a dude that was on my undercard. So it's actually insane. It's actually insane.
So he put forth the effort. He sent the offer. 50-50 pay-per-view is on, like, it's a platform. It's all, and he's saying the money isn't good. And that's insane. I'm like, yeah, it's a unification. Like, what more can you do? Sent the offer with all of that. I mean,
obviously he's afraid to get hit. He's obviously afraid to get hit. I mean, we saw what we did to Ryan with no effort at all. So can you imagine what I do to Devin? Devin only does good when fighters are slow and have no power. Yeah, you know, I might give away like 10 pairs of boxing shoes to some kids. I'm definitely gonna do that, actually.
Roll on his charity, but he's talking the noise, you know, he's talking the noise.
I'm gonna do that right now. No, you call him Debo, because Debo got hit in the face with a brick. You don't hear women. Oh man, unfortunately Devin's a woman. Not enough. He didn't make anything when he fought Ryan. He acts like he did, but he didn't. I mean, bro, dude didn't do no pay-per-view numbers. The fight was a complete mess. And like, bro, he didn't make the money he said. You truly believe? I want everyone to know. You truly believe Ryan and Devin both made $30 million, right? Wait. They both claim to make $30 million, right? You truly believe that? When they did like what, 150K pay-per-view buys? Do the math, right?
Just what? Rolly's math. Rolly's math, just for thrills. Salute Bodywork. Salute Just for Thrills. Do the math. Do the math of 150. He's saying they both really made 30 mil. Listen to his math.
And on DAZN, like, just do the math real quick, right? Let's just say $100 a buy. That's $15 million. Am I right or wrong? So how do you...
So is Rolly doing math? $15 million. So how do you...
both make $30 million? And then you got production costs, you got this, you got that, you got at least $5 million in expenses. You got to pay the undercard, you got to do all this stuff, right?
Man. Proud of you, Rolly.
And then Ryan obviously got the higher end of the money.
You think?
Do the math. Oh, on top of that, the promotion was horrible too. Nobody even knew if Ryan was going to make it to the fight. No, before tax, no, that's still a lie, bro. I'm telling you, they did not make no $15, $20 million. Like I said, if everything in the pot was, I'm telling you, it doesn't add up. The math don't add up. Remember that. Just do basic math. He just don't want to fight because he's scared. Why have you got the G80? I don't know, I like the F80. But, I mean, dude, most fun car of all time is Evo 10. Well, actually, I don't know, I might buy a Skyline next. Either R32 or R34.
It ain't much left. It ain't much left.
Jesus loves you. Jesus loves everybody in here.
Yeah, I'll leave that there. Salute AJ. I'm just getting through the housekeeping. What's
Okay,
going on with you?
I'm right with y'all. I'm listening.
All right.
But real
So-
quick, it's crazy that you just played that as I'm coming in, cause I gotta expound on that whenever y'all ready to.
Oh yeah, it ain't even gotta be structured. It's just one of the things. We just laid back. It ain't even gotta be that structured, man. You can cook whenever, you know. 'Cause I'm just gonna lead us up here knowing that we still in the housekeeping. We ain't even get to know none of the other one. We still not but cook, man. It's
all right,
Friday.
all right.
It's relaxed. Speak your piece, bro.
No, just real quick, y'all. I was on Zab Judah Lord TikTok live, and Mill City he had come through there. I ain't mean to say his name, my bad. But yeah, he'd come through there all the time. This man who I guess he had a disagreement with Bill Haney at one point. This man on there, and I ain't even had to come on this channel just now to realize like bro, what he went on there and was telling Zab Judah and Corey Spinks the fight didn't happen because Devin Haney got a contract, and it said in order for him to he owed, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm even saying this. Cause like these are grown men, bro, that believe a lie. Like you might as well just stand on the corner and make some money. You know, shake your ass at this point. Y'all believe anything, bro. This is a grown man, Mike. Like, come on, bro. Y'all not in them rooms. But I digress. He said to Zab Judah, because you know that's his godson, and Corey Spinks was on there too. He told everybody that was on that panel, oh yeah, the fight didn't happen because the contract said that they owed $6 million before the fight even happened. In order to get the money to break even, or the money they wanted, they gotta sell 100,000 pay-per-views first. I'm like, bro, and then they eating it up like, oh, I wouldn't sign that. And then Mill City goes on to say, yeah, because you know the PVC, they don't got they couldn't even pay Rolly, and they couldn't pay Rolly or Devin's guarantee in their purse. I'm like, bro, you really just said that, bro? You need to delete the channel. Rolly literally said that PVC and TGB got his side of the money. DHP don't got no money to pay their own stuff because they own boss. Like what the, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like these other channels and all that, they take stuff and run with it. Why would you ever believe anything Bill Haney said, bro? His goal is to not make his son look dumb until his son look dumb. Meaning he's not gonna. It's like when they say a girl, you gotta catch a girl cheating. She not unless you really catch her, she ain't gonna say she cheated. That's how Bill Haney and them do. They gonna run with lies to y'all until y'all actually come out with the lie and expose it. Until then, they not gonna say nothing. So that's Bill Haney's job, bro. So you running with that narrative is just dumb. They clearly do not want to fight, bro. It's that simple.
That's the simple thing. Because when fighters want to fight in this situation, huh?
No, go ahead.
Because in this situation, It's like, why wouldn't you? Like, okay, so you got something for Ryan and you keep saying the PED thing, but then when it come to roll, it's like the money ain't right and you doing the PED thing. It's just like, bro, like, how are you moving?
Oh, that's another thing, Mike. My bad. After that, Corey Spanks and all of them start going off. Yeah, that's everybody got problems with the PVC. They don't pay their fighters. You know, going with the narrative that they hear online, because it's not something that they know they're so. They run with narratives, bro. Why do everybody got a problem with? Why don't fighters complain about the PVC unless they Devin Haney right now? Lamont Rose ain't complaining about nothing. Pitbull not complaining about nothing. David Benavidez not complaining about nothing. Because they let their fighters venture out to other outlets to get paid or whatever. They let them do whatever they want. See, they try to use the Gary Russell they try to use Gary Russell as, you know, because Corey Spencer was like, yeah, because I talked to Gary Russell and he said that they had him on the shelf and I'm like, bro, y'all see, it's all good when it's not the black man. I don't mean to make it like that, but it is what it is, bro.
It is what it is.
No other promotion. So when Top Rank sat T.O. down for disrespecting them and try to, you know, leave for the Triller deal and all that, I guess that was enough. That's the right thing to do. Matchroom, when they didn't pay for the both of the Cambosis fight, I guess that was the right thing to do with Devin Haney, huh? But when it's PVC, oh nah, that's fucked up, man. No, business is business all around, bro.
Exactly.
It's just, that's how it is. And I'm not a businessman, but I know how business works. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm tired of hearing that, bro.
It's sad, man. It's sad. That's why I don't even subject myself. I told y'all, when y'all, if you can go back on all the lies, if you ever hear me say McDonald's, who you think I'm talking about? That's who I'm talking about. If you don't know, this is the 300. We just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? We just big boy kicking it tonight. Just, you know what I'm saying, fun. Whenever you hear me say McDonald's, that's what I'll be referring to. It hurt that man heart. It hurt that man heart because 2 times he sat down to do an interview with Coach Calvin. And when he sat down to do an interview with Coach Calvin, he was on his phone. And so you sitting down with the man with the master plan for McDonald's, and you hear his video. And guess whose video it was? Bodywork. You hear that when it's back when I used to have an intro. My countdown used to be like my countdown used to be like it was a countdown, but it had bells. I'm gonna do a throwback. It was a countdown and it had bells. It's a real distinctive sound. 2 times that happened. You know what I'm saying? So I used to watch and kick it with them, but they took this stuff from the gram. If you want to go deep, they took this stuff from the gram in the conversation they had on the gram, because they had numbers, they had little like pockets. It was cool, but then everywhere I went, it's like everybody gotta feel like, oh, I gotta dominate you or whatever. And it's like, man, for somebody to come, that'll be like if you coming in here, every time you come in here, I got something I'm gonna be jabbing and stabbing with you about. It's like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do that with my bros, my homies, my family. We don't do that. If it get competitive or whatever, we, you know what I'm saying, get, you know, depending on how we get it, do that. But we don't just look to do those kind of things. I saw that behavior on the ground. So the man used to be like sending me stuff, man, subscribe to my channel, man, help me, because he was building it before he even did the video. He started building the subscribers. And then all of a sudden, when he started really getting all the interviews and all that and this, but you know how I am, I'd be like 10 steps ahead. I'd be seeing the behavior and the rat, and I'm like, man, like, he's starting mess. Like, he's like, that's messy. And I know they gotta do it. The ones who get numbers, you gotta do it. But that's sad in itself. I don't want to do it that way. I'm just speaking the real. So I used to see how they would play Coach Calvin. In my opinion, Coach Calvin, Coach Kenny. Like, I'm like, man, if y'all don't see what's going on, I can't say nothing because y'all grown, y'all got y'all thing. That's why I stay hands off. I'm like, hey, because ain't nothing like a Tank fan that'll try to outdo you or something. I'm like, listen, we all on the same squad, so it's like, what's the deal? We talking boxing? What we doing? You can't really get that. They always spin the narrative on one side against the other side, and after the fight, they hindsight is 2020. You know, I'm like, I saw all of that over there. So it's not. I've been stopped feasting on that kind of stuff. It's just mess. And you know what audience they catering to? People who won't think. Rolly just did math. He did simple math, bro. Right there. And said, just think about it. He broke down the numbers and everything. He exposed, like, in that short little, that was like a 7-minute video. In 6 minutes, Rolly just flatlined the whole situation. At the end of the day, he said he just don't want to fight. That's what it is. He don't want to. Like, let's just be honest and move on.
Exactly, bro. That's why last show, I didn't want to give him credit, but that's like the only part I listened to the show, but Professor Egghead had played a little, a little snippet of Purple Blood, asking Rolly questions. I'm like, that. Now that's something we could agree on. All the other shit be sounding wild, but yeah, he is trying to frame Rolly for a duck. They gonna once Rolly answered that one question. Oh yeah, we is making a fight with Pacquiao. Yeah, just this in. Broly's making a fight with Pacquiao. They have officially ducked Devin Haney. They trying to make every narrative to not make Devin Haney look a certain way. And it's like the same thing over and over again. That's why I said they make him look so bad unless you got sense. If you don't got sense, you run with anything as 30-year-old, 40-year-old grown men, like what I witnessed earlier. Because all of them is at least over 35, 40 years old. Believe in any and everything that come out another grown man's mouth. And to make it worse, I told you, bro, like, this is the sidetrack real fast. Jared Anderson be coming on there live, man, on TikTok. Bro, when I say they act like Michael Jackson just came on the live, like, bro, that man not even like the biggest boxer, bro. Like, it's like they act like they just met Michael Jackson or something. Like, what the fuck? Like, bro, y'all gotta stop. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of weird to me. Like, we can't just watch sports. Like, y'all really be fanned out over these boxers. But I digress. Like, that's all it is. Even when the fight first presented itself, Rolly said, bro, all y'all gotta do is call a bluff. He sent the contract. He can't price himself out because he sent the contract. That means he cool whatever money he getting. So for McDonald's to go on there and told Dave Buchanan that they don't have a guarantee for nobody, bro, how do you sound? So that means a multi-million-dollar business who got to deal with Amazon is the brokest in the game. It's the brokest. They don't got no money to give nobody. But DHP, they tell everybody that they own bosses and they can do whatever they want and all that. That's where I told y'all they run with a lie until they get caught up in it. Because that's how they get by. They can't get by off of this fight. They gotta, they pick their opponents, which is very good. But when it comes to down to the nitty gritty, and I even commented, and of course my comments don't get read. I said, what if they ask for $6 million? Because that's what the narrative be going on with it. They ask for too much money and price themselves out almost all the time, aka ways to duck. What if they asked for $6 million and PBC told them, if y'all want any money that y'all even looking for, y'all gotta clear 100,000 pay-per-view buys. But no, Bill's gonna twist it and say, they looked at the contract and it said they $6 million and in order for them to even get a guarantee, they gotta do like, bro, come on, bro. I didn't even have to look at no interviews to even knock that out the park. Like, but my bad for interrupting. Y'all continue with the housekeeping. I just had to get that on my chest, bro.
But we know.
You too grown.
Look, yeah, you on it though. I mean, it's when you negotiate in public. We just saw the examples when fighters want to fight and the fight get made. We don't go through all that. Like, we shouldn't even have to know all these things. Like, so you already know once you in that realm, you could debate that all day, because in the beginning you said you not in them rooms. Nobody in them rooms. Like, ain't nobody looking at nobody like what they doing on their taxes and all. Ain't nobody looking at all. Like, don't nobody know.
I really don't
But
care.
when they get you caught up in that, and they can always dismiss it on that, you just go by. But all along, it's the linguini. I said, look at all these names. I'm like, I've seen it. And then watch who we wind up getting. Because by process of elimination, it's linguini. It's overdone linguini. Like, so whatever name. And I got one. After all of that linguini that the other brother did, he's fighting Nair Albright.
Albright, yeah. Albright, bro.
All that linguini. Now it's not, I'm not upset about it, but I'm like, think about all the linguini.
And another thing, Mike, somebody came on a panel and asked Zab Judah and Corey Spinks a question. He was like, yeah, so how, when y'all fought each other first and the second time, how did that process work? They both said the same thing. The manager or whoever came to him and said, hey, do you want to fight such and such? They say, yeah. They have a meeting with the promoter. The promoter sends this over there. We say, yes, no. They send over there, yes, no. Then the promoters put the press conference together so the fighters can meet and all this. And Zab Judah said, all that goes on before a fight is even announced. So you don't know nothing. You're not supposed to know nothing. No fan supposed to know nothing about that until, oh yeah, such and such fighting, aka Keyshawn and Nair Albright. We didn't know nothing about that, right? He said he was fighting a champion next.
That's what he said.
Albright ain't
That's what he said.
But Albright ain't a champion, and he not even ranked in the top 15. He's not even ranked in the top 15. I checked this. That's what I was doing in the background, just looking at a bunch of ranking information and everything. And at the end of the day, Frank Martin is ranked, but Albright isn't ranked. I don't necessarily have an issue with the Albright fight, because to me it has the ability to be labeled as unfinished business, because if I remember correctly, their fight was a draw or a no contest because of the headbutt or whatever.
No, the weed. That was the marijuana. He went the distance. Key won, but it went to I think it was a no contest because of the weed situation. Because in Texas, he didn't know. You know what I'm saying? The businessman didn't know the business, man. But yeah.
Thanks for clearing that up. But so where that little bit right there, you can kind of call it as unfinished business, label it as a definitive ending, closing the book, however you want to do it, because you got the no contest because of something you did, and that is the only grace I could give it. Outside of that, I was just a little bit more pissed that you said a champion and you didn't even give us, somebody who was, at least in striking distance from the belt. So with that being said, I mean, Albright had a brilliant last performance. He could bring that same energy and that same thing to this fight right here. We may see something different, because this what I do remember. Albright did give him some issues. So at the end of the day, it's something I don't mind looking towards. And the other thing I wanted to say was, Rolly talking numbers is scary. Not because I'm trying to be funny or facetious about it. It's, if you compare the Rolly we just heard tonight to the Rolly that fought Tank, you're talking two totally different people. You're talking two totally different bits of energy. You're talking just two total different, galaxies. So that's the part that's scary to me, because he's coming into a certain level of maturity to where he's saying, I want to make the big fights. I want to do these big things in boxing. So I have to understand the business side of it and understand how all of this stuff works, and then understand who I am. And that's the part I think, spooked Dev. Dev probably saw that last interview with Rolly, with Brian Custard, and was like, that ain't the Rolly that fought Tank. And I don't know if I want to get in the ring with that dude. I just don't know. And then you hear he's got the young phenom Joseph Brown in the camp with him. Both of them getting in lots of work. Dev is like, that's, I honestly feel that that's coming outside from a rainstorm, a little bit of snow and slush, and you walking into an office building with marble floors that are just polished. Bro, you're about to slip and bust your ass. Even in trying to open up the door, you're going to slip and bust your ass. So he don't even want to go in that building. Yeah, I know that building right there. I'm not trying to go in there because they got them slippery, hard-ass floors.
Look,
So,
you look, AC.
It's unfortunate.
Look, man.
Go ahead.
The principle, right? Devin saying the money ain't right. So that means he's saying he looking at now. Originally he said, man, it was a decent, he said the number. If originally he said everything was A-okay, if we want to keep it brief, as far as money, it was no problem. They just had to do the little, they had to let the process go out and do whatever, go through all of it, and hard line, and Rolly came out and said whatever. The bottom line is, initially, he said the money was good. Something happened in between there, and now he's saying he need more money to fight Rolly, who everybody clown when they want to. Everybody clown, but you can't, just like, the evolution of Fundora. These boxers that's getting in the ring and having these experiences, they're growing. If they're sticking around and being active, they're growing. They're getting sparring, they're changing coaches, they're developing in their brains. You know what I'm saying? So Rolly's saying like he's coming like into his prime, and you gotta say, hey, Dev, you need more money for Rolly. I thought it's levels. I thought like he don't deserve to be in the ring. Like it's like you rejoice when that man beat Ryan. I remember you celebrate. I'm like, hold on, cuz like it was reminiscent of when you were celebrating, when you was giving that inside information to Cambosis about T.O. and when Cambosis did it, you celebrated the same way. It's a pattern. I be giving them grace, but this is a duck. This is a duck. I don't want to, if you out there arguing and, then people out there arguing about your numbers and this, like they gonna get a cut. I guess they are gonna get a cut. They got a vested interest, but guess what? Slow dough is better than no dough for sure though. And that's what I know. But that's just the first housekeeping, man. We done. We cooking. Usyk and his undercard is some pure D shit. If you ask me, look at this shit, man. I'm like, this is your king? Because he's moving funny. I don't care what nobody say. We gonna keep it all the way greasy around this month. Look at this undercard. You got Shiraz against. I mean, who? I like that. I like the Catterall and the Gear Soft. Sanchez and Torres. I don't know what's going on with Sanchez. Like, is this the knee brace Sanchez? I mean, what do y'all see this card, man? Like this.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching some stuff earlier, and what those guys was talking about, Paulie and Algieri, struck me as, what the fuck did what am I hearing? To where they were questioning whether Hamza should have the opportunity to fight for a vacant belt, and saying, he hasn't done that much. They were just making all of these weird excuses and things that they were saying. And overall, in my head, I'm thinking, okay, I hear what you're saying, but Billy's elevated, and one of his best fights, or the best fight he had, was with Lester Martinez, who's now sitting in the interim spot. So what gives Lester that ability, and what gives Billy that ability? Like, how can you compare Hamza and these guys? Yes, all of them haven't really done much of anything, but at the end of the day, when you look at, okay, let's talk about former opponents and who those former opponents just fought. Hamza is ahead. He fought Berlanga. Berlanga fought Canelo. Billy, you fought Lester Martinez. Who did Lester Martinez fight prior to that? That anyone can just come out their face off the back and be like, yeah, Lester fought such and such. That's I gotta check your box rec to really know. If you are a fan of Lester Martinez like that. So I just thought it was like, wow, that is crazy. That you have a problem with this guy, but I didn't hear you guys talking none of that about Billy, Lester Martinez, and whoever else is up there. Not even alone at the fact that, okay, let's talk about this big ass elephant in the room. Not alone that, okay, we know what Crawford brought in, but because he had that name, he still jumped other people who were waiting in line possibly for years to fight Canelo. So at the end of the day, I just thought the argument was weird. Like, I don't really get that. As far as Catterall and what's the name?
Giasov.
Decent fight. I mean, Giasov, decent fight. I can't really wrap my head around. Maybe Giasov just wants to stay busy, finally get in a ring, and stuff like that. Maybe he doesn't want to go the Bakaram and Stanionis route and just get rich off of step aside money or whatever. So I'm like, it's interesting. Richard Torres against Frank Sanchez. That I don't know what Frank is going to show up. If Frank got his knee together, that fight could have the possibility of maybe stealing the show. Because, in my opinion, because Sanchez is going to be the technician, and Torres is going to come in trying that loopy up and down semi/George Foreman style, mixed in with a little bit of Mike Tyson, and just start winging punches. And we just got to see how, the technician is going to handle that. If I was to put money on it, and I'm talking about a Frank Sanchez that's not going to come in there with the Patrick Ewing knee brace. I'm just going to go and say, look, I think Frank is just going to slowly start to pick them apart, expose all of those weaknesses, everything. But who knows? Frank could, Torres could polish all of that shit up. We haven't, at least I haven't seen him in a while. So, it's interesting. The only one that kind of really matters to me is the Hamza thing. And I just want to see Hamza, because being biased about him, he's one of my guys to look at.
Word. I just think it's garbage. I mean, you got Usyk with all this stuff and the resurgence and how great, because they be saying this man is better than, man, you're like, man, the hyperbole. Oh my goodness. I just can't get over it. And this man getting ready, he's headlined with a kickboxer. And the most interesting fight to me would be, I want to see Hamza get busy again, but like that's not, I don't really know Buddy. But the Catterall and Gearsov, because I think Gearsov is a dark horse. Gearsov is a dark horse. But the Sanchez Torres, healthy Sanchez, no Patrick Ewing. I got Sanchez all day. I just don't know whether Father Time, because they be saying them guys might really be fired. I don't know how many more years than they actually be saying they are. That's what the ongoing running joke is. Sometimes there's a lot of truth in the joke. But that is the second one. The last one. This is the last one. T.O. don't deserve shit, in my opinion. Like, I already got PTSD from these boxers and how they be going ham for the cam, and then they get in there knowing something's wrong, or knowing they ain't the same, or knowing that, they not really they ain't gonna go out. Like, they just not really up to par. They know that they, in over their heads. So the way T.O. did, I'm like, you really the Joker. So I'm really going to have to pick up on this Joker piece. And, the fact that Devin and Ryan is not happening, and the fact that, Rolly and Ryan's not happening, the fact that T.O. is supposed to be going up to 47, he's going to be fighting Ryan. I'm like, T.O. don't belong at no 147, man. I mean, he could have a resurgence, but he don't. Like, if you couldn't negate the jab of Shakur and y'all damn near almost the same measurements, I mean, I don't have no faith in T.O. I'm not ready to sit up here and listen and try to monitor his bullshit and try to figure out is he happy? Is he on a roller coaster? Is he up? Is he down? Like, it's just, I lost a lot of, T.O., the way he went out, he ain't even, at least Keith Thurman was like, he got his ass pieced, but he was, at points he was still trying and shit. T.O. just stood there and got picked apart with a fucking jab by a safety first fighter. Now, defensive guy, but like, we knew his best chance was his offense, and he just stood there, just getting snake bit with a jab. Like, I don't believe, I'm not ready to see that, man. I'm like, see, Ryan, these guys, you can't control what they do. But I don't have no faith in that. I don't have no faith in T.O. I'm not sure if I was Ryan, what I would do. But what y'all think about the T.O. and Ryan rumors?
Yeah, man, that's another one that's just like, they just going. I would say the Linguini, but it's like, it's more like when I was in middle school, the niggas used to wet the paper towels and put soap on them and throw them on the wall in the bathroom, like, to see if that stick. It's like they running out of idea is when all the fights they should be making is not getting made. I honestly, I don't know if I don't want to see T.O. fight or I just don't want to see that fight. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's like bro, I can't unsee when I say it. Like, yeah, I don't know about that one. Like, it's like I don't know if I don't want to see a fight. I just don't like fuck with T.O. anymore because he's sold out to a jab. Like, bro, what is boxing now? Like, it's like when the NBA, they don't want you to, you can't, like, Wemby is, that's the next up and coming, but right now they like SGA. SGA is scoring 30 points off a game off of free throws. And it kind of reminds me of Shakur. He's winning fights off of, being safe, being safety first and not, having to really sell out or bang or he down on scorecards. It's all good. He's gonna sweep every round. And it's like, it's the same thing. Like, bro, like if T.O. go in there with Ryan and look anything other than what he's supposed to have been looking like against top competition, that just goes to show you that we watching and witnessing WCW, ECW, WWE, you name it, TNA, the list goes on. Cause like that's what I'm saying. These grown men like falling for anything. So you mean to tell me he can do this versus Ryan? I'm not predicting anything, but he can't do that versus Shakur, who, like Bodywork said, got the same arm length and damn it, it's not even. They only gotta be the same height. He just didn't give. He gave zero effort in even trying to, like, bro, like even a journeyman that's fighting for his life, he won't go in there and try to knock Shakur out. Like, but a top guy, a lineal champ, like how y'all built him, and a former undisputed champ, like how y'all built him, the one that beat Lomachenko, how y'all built him, he doesn't do anything against Shakur, but he's gonna go in there versus Ryan, put on a pound for pound performance. Like, no, bro, I don't. That's what I'm thinking. I think it's I don't want to see T.O. versus him. That's
Yeah,
just what
I
it
think
is, bro.
I think that's more what it is for me.
Yeah.
And for me, his measurements, like with him not having that power and like him lacking certain techniques, his measurements don't fare. It's not going to fare well at 147. Like,
No.
he's gonna be looking like Cambosos at 40. He's gonna be looking like Pitbull at 40 against any skill boss. It's gonna probably be worse. I would have much rather seen, if you're gonna jump up there, I'd have rather seen T.O. go ahead and get it on with Norman. Like, I thought him and Norman would have been a good fight. Come back for both of them, like, like let them, if you're gonna make that move. But like, I think it's just, it's more like scripted, because AC had pointed it out. He said, because they kept saying he's gonna make T.O. look worse than Zepeda, like to kind of big up Zepeda, but then make it like seem like, oh, I just totally washed this dude. Now, if you look at T.O. and you look at Zepeda, like if we just was going into the gym and it's like, all right, you getting in this ring with Zepeda, you getting in this ring with T.O. Which ring coming in off the street? Which ring you gonna get in there? Like seeing them guys, like, so it's almost like the dude just was told, hey man, this ain't your night, bro. His father said, you're gonna hate yourself in the morning, bro.
Hey man, yeah, the contract came back. Like, you're gonna have to lay down. But in doing that, it didn't take Shakur no further. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's the truth. It didn't take Shakur no further, because usually when big fights like this, people want to see you overcome adversity. I'm just saying, that's just how I work. Like, if the fight gonna be a big fight, they want to see you come adversity. T.O., another narrative that AC pointed out is that they was saying that T.O. stepped to the level of his competition. He not consistent, but when it's big fight, he steps up. And on the other hand, Shakur, they were saying, well, yeah, is he gonna beat him versus Sabeda and all that? But when I watched that fight, bro, the first round and on, I'm like, yeah. So, Autumn, what's the other dude name? The other dude before it, all of them made Shakur put his hands in his pockets. But T.O., who was styling and doing Roy Jones shit against George Taylor, he ain't do none of that because Shakur. And Shakur liked to keep his hands in his pockets against a big puncher. And he said, even he carried the narrative. Oh, yeah, they said Tank gonna knock me out, but look what I did to T.O. What y'all gonna say when I make Tank look average? And I'm like, yeah, that's what T.O. said. So I don't want to see that fight, not even a little bit. Like, I don't want to say it because, in my opinion, Ryan probably going there and knock him out. In my opinion, because T.O. want to keep doing that cross, block, and all that bullshit, and Richard, him and Rich. That's what I'm saying. Like these boxes, bro. Like bring the PBC back. I don't care what nobody say, bro. You can say I'm on that team or not, but bring real fights back, bro. Cause you got T.O. and Richard Henson, shadow boxing and
Yeah,
like, bro,
I saw that,
none of
man.
y'all. Yeah, like bro, go ahead with that internet shit, bro. Get in the ring and fight. Like nobody don't want to see that.
Man, you gonna make me cook. You gonna make me cook some hitchens, man. It's overdue. I gave him a little grace, but I gotta have a stew, Rich, man. I saw that shit, man. I said, man,
that's what
you just out there now, man. Because I guess the Wonder Twins said, hey, you know what I'm saying? Go find another court.
They love that camera, bro. I'm telling you. They love the camera because they love the camera. And Richard Henson, he gave it a little couple weeks, a month. Now he back tweeting, talking shit to everybody. They love to look tough instead of getting in that ring. And it's like, bro, bring the PVC back, bro. I ain't see no barking unless it was at a press conference when it came to PVC fights. The press conferences was lit. We ain't see nobody tweeting. Nobody was tweeting, oh, we gonna fight. No, it wasn't none of that. We gonna see you at the press conference.
But AJ,
shit, even Jamel and Jamal was ready to knock out Tank and Adrian at the press. They was ready to go at it. You feel
but
me?
AJ, remember when what was that? Just the other day, like a couple of days ago, when you were saying that that they love the drama over talking about the actual whatever. So looking at this situation with Hitchens and T.O., they feeding into that crowd. I love the drama. So we gonna create some drama. We gonna create everybody talking about me, hating on me and everything. But this is what moves the needle in boxing. So, real boxing fans gonna look at it as that was some pure bullshit, because at the end of the day, there's still no clear-cut reason why the fight between you and what's the Spanish dude he was supposed to fight? Duarte. There's no real reason why that fight couldn't simply be pushed back. Look at what happened with Adames and Ammo. We thought that fight was done, but Eddie did his magic and we got to spin that block. Eddie told him 3 months. It was damn near just about 3 months, and them dudes got that fight. So I don't understand, for me, why you can't still fight Duarte? Why couldn't that? How did y'all let that, and how did all of that go down like that? That's the part of the question I'm looking for answers to. And now you out here shadow boxing, and you're gonna get cooked the minute you step in the ring with that mandatory.
Yup.
Yeah, that was a Muscovy Drake, man. He pulled old Muscovy Drake. He said the money. He said the same thing Devin said. He said it was the money, man.
Exactly, Mike.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro,
That's what he
they
said.
love the drama. Like I said earlier with McDonald's and them, they talking about the money and all that bullshit contracts, which nobody's in the run with them to even talk about that bullshit, because we don't care. But they'd rather talk about that than the fight not getting made. They'd rather talk about Xander Zayas and Virgil Ortiz rather than Xander Zayas and Boots. Like, these grown men is getting out of control, man.
Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. I don't frequent, man. I gave up. I gave up a while ago. Like, you can't change some people, and it's what's working. In order to get numbers, that's how you got to do it. It's a shame, but we don't get the fights. I be the one saying, listen, man, don't get your blood pressure all high. Don't get yourself all worked up. They ain't gonna be able to hold you down. I be trying to hold you down, man, with the stakes in the ground. Like, if you follow along and you look, it's like almost all of these things. It surprised us about the Xander and Boots. But then we also had to acknowledge, somebody said it the other day, they said 90% of this was because of Xander. And I'm like, you gotta agree, because Xander don't gotta do this, but he handled it like a G. Like, it when fighters like that are making moves, just like Brian Norman. Brian Norman didn't have to do that with Dev, but he's a throwback guy. That's why you gotta respect it. But he gotta climb the gauntlet, and Dev get to pick, choose, and refuse. And I'm gonna get off of this after I ask this, because I really want to hear from AC on this, man, because you the resident Dev guy. I always talk about A-side problem. It's like, how do you have all these problems and you're the A-side? Like, you supposed to be on the Mount Rushmore. Like, you said that it was no longer the Floyd Mayweather era, it was the Devin Haney era, and you on the Mount Rushmore already. But it's almost like you can't sell out a chicken dinner at a banquet hall. I mean, I don't get it. Rolly broke down the math. But Dev is the A side. I'm like, what does he do? Because it's like, is he really in purgatory because all that A side, all this, and then the legal stuff, and it's like he trapped. And I'm gonna land right here. He might have just burnt his bridge with the PBC guys. Like, that's another form of ducking. Like, so when I put that microscope down, get in that ass with a flashlight and a magnifying glass. No Diddy. Like, it's not looking good. A-side, Mr. A-side, Mr., the money ain't right. You the A-side, make the money. Like, where's you? Like, you the A-side, right?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But that's what I want to know from you, AC, like, with these A-sides, like, how they be claiming, yeah, I'm the A-side and this. It's like, okay, well, when it was Tank, everything fell on Tank. Like, everything was his fault.
So for me, I start right here. When is the A-side the A-side? Because when you talk about the A-side, you talk about, you have clear-cut examples. Canelo Alvarez, Floyd Mayweather, Oscar De La Hoya, just to name a few. I've never heard these guys having issues with getting the fights that they want across the line.
Boom.
So when you talk to me about A-side got the networks. A side says, listen, they pay money because everybody want me on their network because they know I fill the seats in the stadium and I fill up couches. I'm the motherfucker that puts asses on couches. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be the A side if you don't do that. And that's a clear-cut issue with me. And just to go back to what Rolly just did, when you run the numbers, there is no fucking way Devin Haney could be the A side to Canelo just standing up, turning around, and farting in the mic. That shit would get more views than a fucking Devin Haney fight versus Lomachenko. So Devin's biggest numbers he was ever involved in came when he fought Ryan Garcia. So you knew who was carrying the viewership. That's an A-side right there. Or A-side like person. You know what I'm saying? Tank is an A-side. He fills up asses and he fills up couches. He puts asses in seats and he put asses on couches. So that's what you look for. If you're not doing that, then you ain't it. I'm sorry to tell you that. And I don't give a fuck how many accolades you got. None of that bullshit matter because you can't sell. You can't sell. People are not interested. You need a big name dance partner. And when you move yourself in a certain way, to whereas you want to say, now I want to fight the big name. Okay, when you want to fight the big names and you're demanding a pay, that number that you're asking for has to reflect your resume, what you've done, what you're bringing to the table. And again, if I was one of those accountants sitting in the office and Devin Haney and his father's looking across me and my team and we're the financial people, I'm going to look at this young man and have that look where I have my glasses on and tip them shit down and kind of looking over the top of my reading glasses and say, okay, Mr. Haney, what in these numbers reflect the money that you're asking for? And I want you to be specific because the numbers that are presented here and the numbers that we came up with after we did our independent due diligence, it doesn't reflect half of the money you're asking for. So I don't know what inflated valuation you gave yourself and you gave your brand. It's basically Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank telling Devin Haney, do you really understand who you are? You're nothing but a little cockroach that can be stepped on. Anybody that has solid pay-per-view numbers will step on you like a cockroach. So what that means to me is, I'm a fan of yours, bro, but I know where your strong points are and I know where your weak points are and I know where the areas of vulnerability actually lie. And areas that I can't have an argument with is when you try to talk or I'm on a panel and someone's trying to tell me you're the A side. You know what I'm saying? You were the A side to a guy like Brian Norman. You know what I'm saying? But you brought really nothing to the table. It was the shit Brian Norman was saying that actually sold that fight. So if there was to be a rematch, even though you won, I would be more looking at Brian Norman Jr. as the guy to say, listen, I'd rather put the money behind him because he's going to sell the fucking fight. This other guy, he didn't sell the last one, so what is he going to do in this one? much of the same, sit back and act like there's no responsibility on him because he's already won the fight the last time they fought. It's up to him to sell a fight. Well, he did that the first time. When you gonna do your part? So this is areas that I'm just like, I'm disappointed in that. I'm like, damn, bruh, you have all of this potential. If you talk and be your true self, you would actually be pretty good at selling a fight, because there are some little slick shit you say that is kind of funny. And it is relatable to people, but you don't choose to be yourself. So this is why you struggle. Once you start to be yourself, then you're going to understand, well, I'm not the A side yet. I'm working towards that.
I think it's like, it shouldn't even be coming up at this point. It should just be the way you move, the way he's moving. It should just be, it should just be done. We got to fight. Like, it just get. But you said it though. You said it. You said you don't remember them guys who were the clear-cut A side ever having an issue getting the fights that they want.
Yeah.
So this is not a fight that he really wants.
Boom.
Like, because PBC model, they was trying to fry PBC for saying that, oh man, over there, you gotta eat what you kill. Oh, you gotta eat what you kill. And then, the comedian always say, yeah, the back end. And they'll use one example of a guy who clearly was seen burning money, like flushing money down the toilet, setting money on fire, like doing stuff like that. Like, we don't know. You don't know, like, once they get it. But like, it's funny how nobody over there ever complains. I don't never hear nobody over there complain. And they had the biggest fights. Like, it's on record. It's a track record. The biggest fights. They made the most wealthiest black and brown boxers out here. Like, everybody was rocking. No, it's rare. I've never heard. Like, and even if you say a onesie or twosie, we don't know what they did with their money or what the agreement was or what legal. You don't know, because they say I used to set these dudes up, and he do set them up with having their own businesses and investing their money and stuff like that, because his brother was a fighter. And he didn't want to see fighters go out like that. That was the premise. Now, he got his bread too, but rightfully so. So he might have burnt that bridge, and I'm just, I gotta sit back and watch it, man. And we got Keyshawn with an eye Albright as far as these linguinis, but we still don't know what they're gonna do. And it ain't gonna be none of them names from the looks of it. So the prophecy fulfilled pretty much. I told y'all, don't be getting all worked up about what they say. Somebody was in the ocean calling out names. Somebody went to Friday House calling out names. Somebody was calling out Xander. Xander went ahead and got busy with Boots. So I just think that that A-side stuff, man, that stuff is just getting out of control. It's something that we shouldn't even be talking about, and then we don't even get to fight, and these dummies gonna come and get you riled up over anything that got to do with anybody with the PBC. They slant narratives and do all of that, and then lie to you about guys like Devin. It's just like, tell the truth. Tell the truth. What's going on? Maybe the money is, maybe the money ain't there. Maybe people, they got to be conscious of what they spending. There's a lot going on right now. People done woke up. That little, that black magic or that blue magic that they gave, they've been chasing the dragon ever since. He put out that real super loud pack, got them all, and then came back, and now he busted them down with low level Reggie. And they can't, what I'm saying? They just, where's the loud? No, y'all, all I got is Reggie. Take that. You know what I'm saying? That's it. So the well done ran dry, and now PBC, they gonna get it on and popping. But the way these guys be acting so bougie on certain sides, it ain't really no sides no more. If you think about it, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. You think about it, there aren't really many sides. Why? Because Golden Boy has they announced that they was gonna be working with the PBC. Top Rank was announcing that they was working with the PBC. We got examples of these things because Fulton and Oshaki fought. Like, there's history, like, so these things, then you got the whole match, you got the Top Rank going over there, being on the zone. Then you got Matchroom over there, so they can get it on the same platform and all that, and fights getting made, with Boots and Xander. That's a token of that. So it ain't really nowhere to run to and nowhere to hide, and it's gonna have to be competitive. And these people are the focus point is to do what it always was, not what was not the trend. Where it's just it don't matter. We balling, we tricking off for these fights, not making a profit. PBC has always been about a profit. You're not gonna be able to just go over there and stronghold it. And it's reminiscent of another guy who went over there, wanted to check the books and do all this and do all that, and then left my man at the altar. You know, so they're not gonna let you do that. And when fighters want to fight, we get the fights, but that's not a fight. Broly is not a fight Devin wanted. But what you got, AJ?
I just want to say real quick, and I'm gonna land here on this subject. Derrick James said it a long time ago, and I don't think it's what the interviewer or the boxing world wanted to hear. He said there are only a couple stars, superstars, megastars, whatever you want to call them, in the sport. He named Canelo, AJ, Tank, Earl, and I think probably somebody else. I can't remember at the time. But he basically said that there are only a couple stars in the sport, and he said everybody else is overpaid employees. Basically, what he was saying is a lot of these networks, promoters, whatever you want to call them, they overpay them and inflate the market just based off of what those stars was doing, because they always pocket watching. They inflate the numbers and overpay them just to keep up. And what happens is the PBC, which is, you could say, is ran by a black guy who pretty much knows he's not going to get dick out of nothing. He's saying, yeah, we're not paying you that, bruh. I'm sorry, but yeah, we got bills to pay. You know, Leo Santa Cruz got a son to raise. No matter how much public try to pressure Gary Russell to talk bad about him, Gary Russell never talked bad about him. He just was like, you know, trying to play to the fiddle a little bit, but he never really talked bad about Al Heyman, like, ever. I never heard him say nothing bad. He just say he was shelved and whatever. But he know what was up. Other than that, nobody, like, bro, if I don't see no fighter on Matchroom naming their son Eddie. I'm just saying. Like, that's proof in the pudding. When I heard Theo Santa Cruz said that, I'm like, oh, wow. Like, I don't care, bro. That's integrity at its finest. Like, even I seen Tank old manager, the light skinned dude who be in the what you call the blogs a lot. He was on the interview. He said every time Tank bought something, he had to check with Al Heyman first. Like, everything came through Al Heyman. You know what that's called? That's called, like, dang, I really, you know, I care about this guy. Let me put it in my name, so whenever he try to buy some dumb shit, I could see if it's some dumb shit or not. And then we, you know, Tank usually all his troubles come from outside of his spending, as in girls. You know, you don't ever see him buying dumbass shit or nothing like that, because he got to check with his advisor first, because that's what it's all about, bro. But these other promoters, they overpay their fighters to where, though, they got a built-in excuse now. So whenever they want to fight somebody that's on that side, they got an excuse. Oh, it's the money. No, it's not the money. The money is good, but it's like, you gotta fight. Like, I seen this on Twitter, not to sidetrack with that, but I seen somebody say this on Twitter that the reason Shakur, Devin, any other body that's been calling out Tank, calling out anybody on that side, the reason that they didn't go on that side is because they knew they was gonna have to fight Tank, and there's no way around it. They not playing that pity patty. Oh yeah, we want to give you a top rank diet. No, they made you eat what you kill. You get what I'm saying? Look at Jared
Mhm.
Anderson. Got fed that top rank diet and ran into a hook, a uppercut. You feel me? So yeah, like they play games with dumb people, and like I don't like that, bro. Cause boxing is boxing. Like if it's personal, it's personal. But at the end of the day, like keep it boxing, bro. Don't try to blame it on the black man that the business not right. Cause Devin, ain't had no problem with Eddie Hearn not paying for the Cambosis fight. Nobody ain't say nothing about that.
Nope. The Sandor Martin one either. Well, they ain't even one bid on that shit.
Yeah, exactly. I just wanted to come in with this. If I look at all of boxing right now and look at the promotional companies, for me, a company like PBC is still keeping their business model the same. We're an all-American company. What did they do? They went to a network and made a network deal with an American company. That's Amazon. You know, so they're sticking true to their business model regardless. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, okay, our business model doesn't work well if we're not dealing with pay-per-view. That puts money directly in our fighters' pocket. You know, so they're not necessarily fighting for a propped up flat fee. You have your earning potential is all over the place. I win, you win. I lose, you lose. We're all taking a gamble on ourselves here. And that's the perfect business model when teaching someone the real business of something. If we're looking at situations that happen in Riyadh, all of those pays are basically propped up or glorified flat fees. So I to a certain degree, when you want me to really understand the business side of something, I'd rather deal in that and deal in a platform that works like that. And they found a platform that is streaming and they can still uphold their pay-per-view business model. So brilliant move on them, to where people were trying to say, I don't know this and I don't know that, this deal, that deal, and all of this other stuff. Concerning what AJ just said about if this thing was rumored with Tank, or alleged with Tank, that, you know, all of his money that he was spending had to be, you know, because he was at that level with them, had to be cleared by Al Heyman. Well, I'd hate to tell people this, but that's what your advisor's supposed to do. He's supposed to tell you that no. That's a stupid ass thing to buy right now. No, why would you do that? We can get you another car similar to that, but you don't have to spend that type of money. That's not a proper investment into your own future. So advisory roles that came down like that, I can go back and think of movies, comedy movies and sports movies where all of these guys had advisors and they used to try to sneak around their advisors to go run with the girl that they're secretly in love with and spend a whole bunch of money on taking her out to a fancy restaurant and all of this other kind of stuff. So it's not something that's unheard of. It's not something that I would criticize or be like, what kind of shit is, no, that you don't tell me how to know. When you sign a contract like that and you want to be prudent about what you do, you have financial advisors and you have advisors. And they tell you no. As a chef, there's been situations to whereas, you know, I'm looking at the project And because I have carte blanche with everything, I tell the manager, who's actually beneath me, say, listen, I need you to be the person that tells me no. So when we look at all of this stuff and look at what I'm trying to put in this kitchen, I just want you to be the person that tells me no, so I can submit a budget or work within a budget that's reasonable, and it makes for me being rehired on another project, giving me somewhat tenure within this company. If this restaurant is going to open major restaurants, so I want to be prudent in my budget spending, but make sure everything that I'm spending money on is smart investments. It starts to pay for itself almost immediately. So sometimes you the individual, may have to assign someone to be that, especially when you have a bigger picture in mind, when you want longevity and you don't want to walk away from the business or what you're doing broke. So yes, it makes perfect sense to me, and that's where I land the plane on that.
Yeah, and to add on as far as that advisor, sometimes it's not, because it's yours at the end of the day, but you'll have people that try to make it seem like it's like a parent denying their child or some allowance or something. It's not like that. It's almost like sometimes it's almost like it's not no, but it's like, okay, if you want to do that, then let's get this multi-dwelling home first, and let's set that up and let the income from that pay the note on this or be the down payment. So it's like, but it, let's do this first and then do that. That's how we do that. And then they slowly groom them. Danny Garcia is the poster child for this. Like Danny Garcia, and people pick and choose when they want to recognize this, but wait till Danny Garcia come out and show and tell about everything he's been doing, and and he's had tenure, he's been doing properties and all that, but that's the side that people don't really see. And that's just one. Leo Santa Cruz, that's another. Like, it's multiple examples, but the advisory role is creative sometimes. That's how the wealthy think. They're like, instead of buying a liability, let's get an asset that'll pay for this liability.
Exactly.
And be covered all the way around.
And that's where the initial no comes in. Like, no, I don't think it's a good idea. If we develop a smart strategy, everything winds up paying for itself. And guess what? If we structure it right, you're going to get huge deductibles off of everything you just spent. And this is where the advisors, when you're at that level, advisors are crucial to you staying at that level. So that's all I'm saying overall. And it's not a one versus the other. What me and Body is saying, we're saying the exact same thing, but showing you that if you step to the left, you can see this little detail on the coin. If you stand right in front of it, you get to see this part of the coin and it's all of its glory. But if you also step to the right, you see this other detail as part of the coin. And now that you can see all the different parts, the front, back, side, different angles and everything, now you have a greater appreciation for the coin. And that's all it is.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that's it's a good little piece on how PBC get down. It's okay because PBC gonna be rocking and rolling. They're gonna be rocking and rolling. But let's get into the meat and Z potatoes. It's been more laid back, just shooting the breeze more so. But I do want to dive into this before it get too late. But we kind of like in dire straits, and I'm gonna be the first one to say, listen, I've had to follow Deontay Wilder, over the years, and I never really was a true, I wasn't really as a black man and being successful and all that. Yeah, doing what he did for his family, knowing his backstory, you gotta love that. Even hearing Mr. Gray Russell talk about him and Deontay Wilder, it was like, okay, cool. If they was cool, polar opposites guys, but I could see that being the tall dude, the little short dude, like that kind of happens sometimes. They just hanging out at the Olympics and whatever, you know. He telling stories about that. So I always kind of looked at Deontay, and I always tried to say, all right, I'm gonna give him a fair shake, and then something happened. All right, I'm gonna give him a fair shake, and then something happened. And here recently, man, he's getting hit. Man, he's getting hit way below the belt, and that whole situation with his lady. I don't get into all of that, but I know how those kind of things go. So I'm just like, wow, all of this right before your fight. But then I see glimpses of the interviews that he did, and I'm like, wow, if needing a PR person was a person, that would be Deontay going into this fight. I'm like, not only are we up against it, because we don't know. A lot of people know. I know AC used to be a real big fan. I know AJ was a Wilder fan too. But man, he said some things, and I don't. That's one of the things. His personality inside the ring, that explosive, that dropping that bomb. He dropped bombs. You know what I'm saying? He do say some outrageous things, but I'm just like, man, save that for the documentary. Save that for the life movie, like the movie. Like keep something. But that's just, you can't tame Wilder. Like Wilder's just, we Wilder. You know what I'm saying? He live up to his name. He Wilder. But I heard some recent things going into this fight, and in the nature and the spirit of this channel, I want to stick inside the ring. And I'm looking at Chisora, and I'm like, man, don't let Chisora, please don't let Chisora make an example out of you. So if it was ever a time when I had to be a Deontay fan, it's right now, because I'm like, man, you can't let this man, like, if it's one last fight, if it's just, even though it might not be the last, but please do not get put to sleep by Chisora, man. I'm concerned about that, and then I'm hearing all these things that he went through and that he's talking about. It's like, dang, where's the focus? Is he focused? He looked good physically, but I'm like, as far as U.S. heavyweights, man, with Deontay doing what he did during the time when the heavyweight division was meh, in my opinion, even though it's still the heavyweight, it's still some big motherfuckers slapping lever, you know. Right now, we at a crossroads, y'all, and tomorrow I'll be looking, like I said, like them little kids when they looking at a scary movie, but they got they hands slightly parted and they can kind of see, but they can't see everything. That's how I'm be looking at it, man, because Wilder, he can't lose. I'm gonna be looking like my man on the thumbnail. Wilder cannot lose to Chisora, y'all. What y'all think about this?
Ah, boy. I'm in the same place, man. I'm like, Wilder, on some real shit, like, I think you could take Chisora's punch better than Chisora can take your punch. And for me, this fight comes down to who lands the big punch clean. I'm a little concerned about Wilder's punch resistance, although I still kind of feel he may be there. As far as Chisora goes, it's like, if you lose to Chisora, you just have to hang it up. Whatever money you got, just I don't know. Other than that, I don't know where you go from here. You know, maybe become a motivational speaker or some shit like that. Try to sell your story, because that's a hell of a movie. That's a hell of a, you know, Netflix movie, Amazon mini documentary series, whatever, however the fuck they want to do it. Find a tall, skinny guy to play you and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that would include your Olympic run and your road to the 10 title defenses. You know what I'm saying? And after that, we all know what happens after that. So I just don't know what Wilder's going to show up. That's the part I'm concerned about. Physically, yeah, you look good, but when I look at you, the way you punch and the way you throw throwing punches and stuff like that. I gotta tell you, bro, shit was looking crazy when you was with Breland. Like when you was with Breland, you were looking like a scary dude in everything that you were doing. You know, but now it's like I don't know. I could see you getting whopped with one of them wild ass overhands or walking into that shit that Chisora's just gonna try to wing at you. But all I'm saying is you're gonna embarrass everything about yourself if you go in there and get knocked out by Derek Chisora. So it's just like all of UK is gonna be like, see, told you this guy was a bloody bum. Look at him. You know, next thing you know, they're gonna try to line you up with Dillian White. You know what I'm saying? Make you go through the gauntlet of all the bum dudes that AJ knocked the fuck out early, and these are gonna be the guys that knock you out now. So
yeah, maybe I got PTSD from Mike Tyson because it's like you see it with some of your guys when they can't let go. Like when I started seeing Mike Tyson and he fought Tommy, then he hit him. He's like, I just wanted money to feed my family. Like I stopped watching boxing, man. I was so pissed off. I stopped watching boxing. I mean, I would check in for the big fights like the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd, but for a minute I walked away. I said, man, I can't take this. So when you in there and you seeing your guy that's like your hero for people who are big, huge fans or whatever, and plus, I mean, he was a dominant heavyweight, 10 title defenses and all that, like that explosive bomb of a right hand can't be denied, you know. But when boxers can't hang it up, and I always say the minute you start using the R word, retirement, and he done that, it's been a minute ago. I knew it when Sean Porter did it. I said, man, when boxers, it was a whole video when boxers used the R word. When they first started saying that, yeah, I'll be looking at them a little different. That's why I don't be wanting Tank to say that too much, because it's like, oh man, if you already thinking that way, man, I've seen it. It's history. So I don't know if it's one of them times where this gonna be a defining moment, because I don't know. Chisora looked like he was tired, just in the way, and he had did something. He got up, man. He got up like an old man. I said, oh man, like, so I don't know what's gonna happen. What you think about this, AJ? And some of the things that Wilder been saying in these interviews, man. I tried not to get on it, but I'm like, wow, my lady even knew about it. But when I brought it up, she was like, yeah, you talking about what he said and how we got together. I said, yeah. She was like, man, I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah, I can't speak to that.
Yeah, it's, you know, it goes back to when his brother came on, said he was messing with his girl, and I'm like, bro, see, I don't like to get into that type of stuff, but like sometimes your karma a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like you too freaked out, my brother. Like you too freaked out. You supposed to be focused on tomorrow. Like the fight already pretty much promoted up to this point. That interview came out Wednesday, Tuesday, something like that. Like, I think it's pretty much enough hype around the fight. But you saying all that, it's like, all right, now we getting a little too. And you know, I ain't want to, like, you know, get into all that, but all the twerking he used to do and all that, yeah, like, he a little freakazoid, man. And he need to keep that to himself. It's no time to focus on those type of things when you got Chisora, a vet, a journeyman, or whatever you want to call him. But I call him a gatekeeper because, you know, even Usyk had a circle around him and all that to keep him off him. Like, he ain't just no regular somebody that you just run through. Like, yeah, you're gonna have to focus. You know, if he beat him, bro, like all that stuff he was, you know, blurting out goes to the trash because we ain't need to know all that. I didn't.
I didn't either.
I didn't like. That was like even the interviewer. He like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, wow, like what? Like, I mean, Mike Tyson has said some things, you know what I'm saying, before, but like, man, it's like
That's
we
something
gotta
quick,
learn
though.
from
Like,
we gotta learn from the ones
like,
who came before us.
You feel me?
Huh?
No, I was saying like that. Mike was saying quick little catchphrase and all that. He went in detail.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I said it like I said to you earlier. Like this is the fight that Usyk could look at and be like, all right, maybe I will fight Wilder, just to get that another heavyweight staple on my record. You feel me? But if you losing to Chisora, there's no need to fight you, bro. I'm sorry.
What you think gonna happen? What y'all think gonna happen in this fight? You think Wilder you think he got what it take to get it done?
I kind of feel that way, but just his technique just looks off from that knockout, like douche. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that rocket shit that it's not the same. So I know the power's there. I question the delivery mechanism. You know what I'm saying? I got a great engine. The engine, I got, a 420, 480, big block, blower on it, polished everything on it. But there's an issue with the timing. So that's why I can't, I'm frustrated because I know these motherfuckers can't out 60 foot me, but my timing is off. So every time I let the emergency brake go, that shit, you know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at with Wilder. For me, the first round or the first couple of seconds of the first round is kind of gonna let me see what I need to see. Like, yeah, I think he gonna let that shit go, and this might be a pretty one. You know what I'm saying? And that's the form of his jab, because he used to have a damn good jab, in my opinion. Like when he fought Stavern and the guy he fought before Stavern, he completely outboxed him too. And I'm talking about Stavern 1. He completely outboxed him using technique. And I was like, okay, this knockout dude got some technique there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know about him right now. And I would hope I'm just as wrong about him as I was with Devin Haney facing Brian Norman. Just completely shocked me, let me eat the crow. I'm not picking against Wilder. I think Wilder's gonna, deliver the goods. But it's the delivery system, and I can see Chisora clipping him and getting him in some trouble before he gets Chisora out of there.
Yeah. I question the training. And I've always, I checked out a long time ago, like when I realized that, because they said Mark Breeden was like arguably like our greatest like amateur boxer. A lot of people be saying that. And when he got rid of him and he chose Malik, who he already knocked out, and I'm like, think about this. They say Mark Breeden is being there like, yeah, we're gonna run, we're gonna do the pass, we're gonna do this, and then old boy will come in and be like, yeah, Deontay not in a good mood, don't make him run. I'm like, well, you can't hold him accountable for the results. It's like as a chef, it's like, well, you can't do this and that, but you the chef, and it's like, well, no, you can't hold me accountable for how this meal because I gotta chef this thing the way I want to chef.
Yeah.
So when you got rid of him and in the way they celebrated that man and how like it was a year later they was doing celebrations that he still was out of a coaching gig, and I don't know if he really ever recovered. And he got swallowed up because YouTube was on fire and man, there was so much stuff going on. But when he got Malik in there, I used to make a joke and saying, all right, well, what if Malik like, all right, we gonna run? I ain't running today. It's like you done knocked your coach out before, so like he ain't got what level of accountability. It gotta be somebody that you respect and that you're gonna do everything that they ask. And the fact that it was not until that Tyson stuff happened. You went through all of this stuff with Mark Breland. It wasn't until that Tyson Fury stuff happened and then you do that. It's like you take away from the whole, and AC is clearly saying your form was different. But I checked out when he did that and then hired Malik Scott after that. I kind of checked out. I said, man, that math really wasn't mathing for me. So I just hope for the sake of just for the spirit of what's going on with boxing, man. Even if it ain't all pretty and all that, don't lose to this dude. Don't lose to Chisora, man, because you gotta reach down and draw energy and power, to get through this fight and do what you gotta do to get this man up out of there. But the dirtiness, like when you go across the pond and you over there and what they want to see and how that crowd is, and like, yeah, it might be some hitting in the top and the side and the back of the head and all this. Like you got to be on your P's and Q's, and when you getting clinched and leaned on and all of that, it's gonna be a scrap. So I just hope Wilder come out on the other side of this, man. What you was gonna say?
My best advice is, if you get punched in the nose, protect yourself at all times. Don't turn to the ref. Don't ask the ref nothing. Just protect yourself at all times. And that goes back to what happened between him and Zhang. Looked like Zhang punched him in the nose. He was like, what the fuck happened? Hey, ref, did you see that shit? And then Zhang knocked him the fuck out. So that's kind of where I'm saying what I'm saying. It's like the first time in my existence of being a Wilder fan, I'm nervous for this fight because I just don't know the outcome of it. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know the outcome. I'm hoping that Wilder win. I don't give a fuck how it look. I just want you to win, bro. Just don't get knocked the fuck out by Chisora. That's all I gotta say, man.
Yeah. We shall see, man. The undercard, I'm like, I ain't even see anything that I was even remotely interested in. Like, how's the appetizer?
Yeah, I don't even know. I haven't watched too much of the press conferences. I haven't truly been like motivated to watch this because I'm just like, ugh. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to watch it because I don't want to feel all hype and get all excited about it, and then all of a sudden I see what I see and be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in the same boat with you, man. When Tyson started to get knocked the fuck out like that, I just was like, I ain't really checking for boxing too tough like that. You know what I'm saying? And then James Toney, then Roy. I was like, what? God damn, everybody that I really, really like, Hill getting slept. Let me just step away from this shit.
Yeah. What's up, D Calico?
Hey, the bombs going off, man. The whole squad got bombs, man. You heard me? I'm talking about. I'm D Calico Wilder. You feel me? So that means I'm going all out on my shield, man. I'm going out on my shield. You know, I'm going out with the team. You feel me? Like I'm covering that cloth. It could be 50 motherfuckers against you. God damn it. If they gonna put you in the hospital, nigga, they gotta put both of us in that bitch, boy. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I like how Wilder is one of them type that I don't know if we seen them shit like this in boxing. I'm just saying, not lately. We don't see it no more. I'm talking about a man that's really gonna go out on this shield again and again if it takes that. You know, and I don't mean because he's a loser, because more than anything, he's a winner. You know what I mean? And this ain't gonna be no different Saturday. Like, people think this is gonna be a friendly fade. You know, I don't think Chisora know how to make it easy on a man. You feel me? So that's just like a great dancer partner for my boys. It you know, honestly remind me. I know it might sound strange, not very much, but it reminded me of like French Sean Cruz and Clarissa Shields. You know what I mean? That friendly, you know, rivalry.
Oh, okay.
And how French Sean is just the perfect dance partner for Clarissa. At least until she gasses out. You know? So I'm seeing the same thing with Chisora. He is gonna make this shit look like, man, I'm talking about it, bro. From the first round, it ought to look like a real deal classical heavyweight fight. It just should. You know, for however long it lasts. It's gonna be like that. I don't see no standing around. Like, Chisora know he gotta close that gap. He know this is his last fucking fight. And he cut from that cloth. He going out on his shield. You feel me? Like, it's something we needed a long time ago. But if Wilder can make this a tune-up and not make this a epic battle, like if he can just do his part and not Chisora also do his part, no. If Wilder dominates, then he still has a future for however many fights he chooses. If it's just a Usyk fight, that, hey, I'd be for it. But if he struggles with this guy mightily, we already know. We already know what that means. You feel me? One man's retiring, maybe the other might need to retire with him. But I love my boy Deontay, so like I said, I'm going all out with him. I've been doing this for years. Nobody loved him. They left him for dead. God damn it. Hey, I have to eat crow every time. I don't give a damn. I'm going for Wilder.
I like that you represent. You know what I'm saying? That's why I wanted you to get up here and speak on it. You know, I really don't know. I think he should be able to get past Chisora.
Mm-hmm.
This would be a good indicator, you know, how we make it look. You know, 'cause I think Usyk Usyk gonna be looking at this like, you know, I want next. Because Usyk look like he moving funny, man. You seen that undercard?
He is, man, bro. Like nobody would forgive the likes of Deontay Wilder for fighting a guy like this. What's the guy named Rico or some shit? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, absolute nobody. And we love to say, oh, Deontay Wilder ain't fought nobody. He's never fought a Rico. He's never fought a motherfucker on the, the likes of a Rico. Like, you deserve the Rico for some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like this is some organized crime. Because it's definitely a crime and y'all organized it, right? That's a Rico. Real talk, though. You know what I'm saying? They robbing the people, man. You know? And I hope it really, really fucking backfires. And I think that's why him and AJ getting cool, too. He feel the knockout coming. He was like, when that man knocked my ass out, I want you to take him down, AJ. You know, I'm just, hey, I'm keeping the hope, man, because I don't give a damn. I want the balance to be restored. There's nobody in this generation that's just so superior. There is none. And if it was Deontay Wilder. He fell off that mountain. Now they think Usyk is something amazing, like, you know, top 5 all time. And I can't disagree more. I'm not crowning nobody after 23 fights, bro. I'm not crowning you that early.
Yeah. It's ludicrous, man. That's why I don't even engage. I don't even engage in them talks, man. I don't even engage in that stuff. So it's like it's foolish, man. I won't even waste my energy with that. Top 5? Are you kidding me?
All time. For real. Like, maybe they think this generation is so great, being that he's the leader of this current generation, that makes him the greatest. No, this generation ain't that great. It ain't.
No, but they pick and choose about the accolades, because it's about the accolades.
Yeah. Like, that matters.
But yeah, it's about the accolades. Like, now it's
and it matters,
about,
but I'm
like,
saying, it don't make the top 5 automatically. It just can't.
Because you could put him in different eras. Let's put him in the era when it was like, if he had to go against Tyson and Holyfield. Like,
yes, sir.
Tyson, Holyfield, Lennox Lewis. Like, what happens in all 3 of them? Like,
Larry Holmes, Riddick Bowe, Lennox Lewis.
Big George. Big George.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Who, bro, an old ass Foreman would have went all 12 with him. You know what I mean? Simple. If he don't knock him out.
It's recency bias too. It's recency bias. We are real heavy on that recency bias right now. Like, they hyper extend. It's like, man, give it time. Like,
Hey, so we got the Keyshawn and Albright 2.0. And I'm so glad for this to be Albright's first fight to go 12 rounds. Albright has been amazing in the late rounds of these 10-round fights. When it gets to round 8 and 9, when it gets down like round 8 and 9, man, Albright is a different animal. I'm talking about, it's really like the Terrence Crawford effect, where even when I was going for Errol, I was always worried about Terrence Crawford in those championship rounds. The monster that comes out of him is a real one, bro. I'm talking about a real monster. You feel me? Like, you can't put him in those situations. Championship rounds, he just do what has to be done. And the same thing going for Albright. Albright has a switch in those late rounds, and that's in the 9th and the 10th. Now you're gonna give him an 11th and a 12th, which is what we can tell he's always needed. He can lose all the early rounds. He's just that, he's just good enough to be able to survive and then turn it all the way up at the end of fights. And now he's gonna get an 11th and 12th round. I expect him to leave the judges confused. They're not gonna know what to do. It's gonna at least be a split decision. You know what I mean? Because it's going to get ugly for Keyshawn Davis, and this shit personal.
Yeah. I'm happy that he gets a full camp, like no short notice.
Yes.
It seems like it's, he get to prepare and
the
budget and all of that. Like, that go a long way, man. That go a long way for a fighter.
Hey, I got one question for you about it. Will Keyshawn at the weigh-in wear the glasses? Will he put on his dark winged ducks You know what I mean?
Just look at the
Like-
first presser. Will he wear them during
Yeah.
the first presser?
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's gonna be very telling.
Yeah,
I
he
don't want
gonna
to see
do
them
it.
damn glasses.
He gonna wear them. He gonna wear them.
Hey, and I got the greatest take I've been wanting to drop just real quick about my boy, the Boots and Xander fight, man. Man, I knew it was something was messing me up because off the rip, I said that Xander is carrying on steroids. You know, he's carrying Chicozan on steroids. So that's a problem for Boots. But even me saying he's carrying Chicozan on steroids is an understatement. This motherfucker might be, I've been saying he the Puerto Rican Devin Haney. He might be Boots and Haney. He has he very much has a Haney style, but Haney do not let his motherfucking hands go like this. Puerto Rican Xander Zayas has never been out punched in any professional round in his career. We talking about over 100 rounds straight. No man has outpunched him in any round.
Wow.
Goddamn Boots is in trouble.
That's an interesting stat.
This kid can match with anybody, bro. I thought Boots couldn't be matched, but bro, he just met his motherfucking match. Well, I know this kid don't got power like you, but this kid got an edge on the skills and as far as being technically sound. And he knows how to get in and out. He's not gonna play your game. You know what I mean? It's gonna be his way or no way. And this kid can match whatever you bring. I don't give a damn. You feel like bringing 100 punches this round, Boots? It's gonna be 200 plus in this bitch. The kid like that, man. That shit scared me when I realized it. I rewatching a lot of his fights, and they brung up that this kid ain't lost a damn. He's never been outpunched in any round. I said, oh yeah, I got to take this back to the rec center. We got to talk about this.
Yeah, you had something on that, AC?
No, I just was saying that is a crazy stat to bring to the table with you. You know? Yes.
It gives hope. You know, the kid already got enough skills that even if it's too much power, it's a style to implement in case it's too much power. You know, and if the power is not a factor, then you know what I'm saying? It's a style for that too. You know?
They say time, speed, and power.
Yeah, because it seemed like Boots. He probably did a little bit better in the second Karen fight, but that first fight, he got touched a lot. He got touched a lot by that was a CompuBox high.
High with him.
For landing on him, right? And he went 24 rounds, but he had the benefit of going in there. This gonna be the first time in there with Xander, so he ain't gonna have the experience of being in there with him. And we haven't seen anybody. This is my sticking point. We haven't seen him have to cut the ring off. This is the same thing I be saying. We don't know. Like we're not going like with Brian Norman, prime example. Until he get in there, like that's why I say, man, him going for a Karen, I wouldn't do it right away. I would get an intermediate guy like that can move a little bit, but like I wouldn't jump right to that because unless he clears that up, it's gonna be the same issue. So for me, when I'm looking at this matchup, we haven't seen Boots have to do that. That's why I said, man, these tailor-made guys, these flat-footed, come-forward pressure fighters, he smacked them out of the park. That's why I didn't want to see the Virgil and all that. I wanted to see him with somebody that can move a little bit. So I don't know if it's going to be interesting to see if Xander's output is the same with that stat you gave, if his output is going to be the same, because I think it will. I think that's his style. Like he's a mover, but he got volume. So I want to see if that's going to take a hit or if that's going to open him up for Boots to land where he want to get off. But Boots is going to have to cut that ring. And I think that's going to take a couple rounds to figure out how he's going to want to do it.
So I just wanted to ask then this question. Does that style offset the fact that Boots is somewhat of a methodical fighter? Like, I look great and I could do all the pretty shit and all the eye-turning shit based on those guys that's right there. The stylistic matchup may say that facing this guy, you're not going to be the same Jerome Boots Ennis that we're used to seeing. And will that affect things? And especially if Xander lives up to his output. If he lives up to his output and, you know, you have to fight a different style, does that right there give the judges the appearance that he's taking something out of you? Xander's controlling the fight. So does that lean more towards Xander's favor is basically the question I'm asking.
I think Boots' output, he's gonna have to be active with his hands, even though Boots do let his hands go. But it's weird because they've been defaulted to the guy that's bringing the pressure and forcing the fight. But when you're dealing with somebody that can move and he's as accurate, you know, especially when we seen what Josh Kelly did with Bakram, it won't be like that because Boots fairly active. He just fought Lima. It ain't been that long, and he's an active guy. I think that he could get, because of the business of boxing and how they're going to look at it, he could get outpointed. Because what greater accomplishment would he get for being the one to peel the luster off of Boots? So I think if this thing go to the scorecard, this might be different than if this fight gets stopped.
Yeah.
So if it go to the scorecards, I think that it's going to come down to Boots having to be active and accurate. He gonna have to, you know, because he gonna have to cut that ring, and when he gonna have to have a big impactful blow. But they're like, oh, his head, he popped his head back. Oh, that was a body shot. Like, he gonna have to have them eye catching joints because Xander's slippery and he's been progressing. He's been evolving. His style has been evolving, and I wasn't big on Xander like that. I was like, I thought he was the weakest link too, but like, he got a skill set. So what's interesting to me? Interesting.
Yeah, I was in the same position looking at Xander. I was like, you know, it was pretty much until Charles Conwell was upset and things like that. I was pretty much convinced that Xander couldn't beat a Charles Conwell. Charles Conwell was going to just be too much pressure, volume, accuracy, power, the whole 9 yards. Looking at the fights he had, I'm like, this kid is showing some real special stuff here. Like, you can see him starting to come into his own. You can see the development. You could just, you know, the eye test was sketchy before, but now the eye test is showing you that he's cleaning all of that stuff up. That's kind of the part that, you know, says to me that you might be there mentally. You might be there within all your confidence and stuff like that. But the mere fact that, you know, you're not shying away from this fight. You were reaching out to try to fight the other champions and stuff like that. You immediately unified. I got to go with the momentum. And I think the momentum is the thing that's going stylistically, and the momentum is the thing that's, you know, might trip up Boots. Boots still has every chance to win if he catch him, and that uppercut weapon is, I think a lot of people sleep on that. A lot of fighters sleep on that base Boots, and I think that's why they get caught. They're more concerned that the guy coming straight at them and the jabs and the other power punches, but not really understanding that a lot of that shit starts off when he clips you with that uppercut.
Yeah. Definitely. That's definitely his weapon of choice. But hey, D Calico, since I got you up here, what's going on with Dev, man? Like we talked about it earlier, and Rolly broke out and he did his math, and Devin coming around saying the money ain't right. And I'm like, where did he go and what's going on, like from your perspective? Because I know you big on Dev. I've been trying to figure it out. I think I gotta say, man, it's looking and smelling like a duck, man. It's looking and smelling like a Muscovy Drake. He must have stepped away for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know what happened. You can hear me, right, AC?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Oh.
You probably just stepped away for a second.
But the guy Denzel Bentley, he's on that card, and somebody else is on there. I thought, let me see. Just in case you was wondering, AC, I don't know if you're gonna try to see any of the undercard, but Denzel Bentley is on it. Oh, and Ashton Silva's on it.
As far as the Wilder undercard, Wilder and Chisora undercard.
Yeah.
I mean, those are interesting guys to look at. I definitely want to actually see a whole fight with Denzel Bentley. See where he's at now. I think the last one I saw was the first fight between him and Jenabet. So I'll be a little bit interested in seeing where he's at, and see if he could do something that'll, he's still at 160, right?
What this is yeah.
Okay. So let's just see if he will put his name back in the hat as far as a threat to the championship. But more than likely, I know me, between tonight and tomorrow afternoon or some shit like that, I'm gonna just go back and binge, a lot of the interviews, at least the ones that look interesting, and look at the weigh-ins and stuff like that, and things like that. I saw the Wilder and Chisora face to face. I did watch that. I thought that was kind of cool. I like how they both just accept that. Yeah, we're two guys, in our 40s. Ain't no need for all of the stupid shit right now. We already got the fight made. Let's just get the fight across the line, stay injury free, and make it happen after that. So that's kind of where I left it, and I was like, okay, so they got a mutual respect for each other, so this might be interesting. I want to see who's ready to hit that switch, once that first bell rings.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, we just gotta wait and see, man. We gotta fight. It's getting across the line. Oh, well, we shoot. Richardson Hitchens Day. I mean, we ain't gonna wish none of that, but remind me we gotta go ahead and do a segment on him. And I just wanted to have some fun, man, and at least speak on this Wilder stuff, man. I hope he all right, man. I know life comes at you fast, man, and some of that stuff is like, wow, like it's interesting to know it's like messed up his perspective, but AJ said karma is a mother, but you know, hopefully, man, that stuff don't affect him, and that was just him just expressing himself. He's an expressive individual, so hopefully he express himself inside the ring.
Yeah.
We you know, the heavyweights, we need you to come through, man. Don't let Chisora, you know what I'm saying? Don't let Chisora be that guy. But that's all I really got, man. How you wanna shut it down, AC?
Man, basically what I was doing on this episode, I was looking to engage, and I was also getting, you know, everything ready for Monday and stuff like that. And I think we're gonna have a lot of fun on Monday. This was a good show and stuff like that. If Calico's still in the back, yeah, I want to say it again while you up here. Be sure to pull up, bro.
Yes, sir.
And things like that, man. Hop on the panel with me and body on that one.
You say Monday?
Yeah, Monday.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And we definitely gonna chop up a couple of things and have a great show. And today was no exception of a great show, even though it was a looser format and everything. Everybody came through and they just, you know, let them Tommy guns spit, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Got the dirty wife beater, got the heavy partner here looking like Michael B. Jordan with the Tommy gun, like in slow motion, shit like that. So I like episodes like this, and you know, for everybody else, man, make sure y'all like and subscribe and comment and things like that, because again, it moves the needle.
Appreciate you, AC. Yeah, we're gonna chop it up. And yeah, he's talking about the devil in the details. He's gonna do another devil in the details on Monday. What you got, D Calico? I know you got something interesting, man, to close the show. What you want to leave the people with?
Man, you know, boxing is what it is, you know. Like, it's a topsy-turvy sport. And I don't think it's about the Johnny, you know, just about the Johnny come latelys. I respect anybody coming up in the sport or run it for the moment. But I respect the ones that used to run it too. You know what I'm saying? So I don't lose respect or love for the ones that ever reached that mountaintop. You know, and a lot of people in this same sport will never reach this mountaintop. So, you know, salute to all them boys, man. You know, because there's a couple that's on the way to the top. There's a couple that fell from the top, and you know, there can only be one man at the top. So we tuning in. You know, I appreciate y'all, brothers. As always.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for representing for Wilder, man. I like to do that too, to show that, man. Just
to this
day, we got there's people that rock with all these guys at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like, shoot. Good points,
I'm
man.
biased,
I hope you
man.
enjoy the fights. I know you're gonna
I love all the black
boxers.
boxers.
You're gonna be tuned in.
I can't help it. I love all the black boxers, man. It is what it is. You know. But for sure.
What's up.
Tap in.
All right, man. But shoot, have a good evening, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, man. We had another good one, another laid back episode. Did a quick little pulse check, see what's on everybody's mind and what they got going on. And I didn't give my stance on the Keyshawn and Nair. I'm not kicking and screaming about the fight. I was just trying to get everybody to relax about all these big names and all this, you know, my eyes bigger than my stomach type things. So I'm not kicking and screaming about the Nair Albright, but this is another example where boxers be telling you one thing and then they'll show and tell you something else. Because he said he was going to fight a champion, and he was going to 147. Because it's another guy named Tito Mercado It's another guy named Frank Martin. You know, there's a couple guys out here that we would love to see. But this is a test. This is truly a test. D. Calico said it's personal too. So that's my take on that. That's a test. But he's gonna manufacture a lot of pressure on himself. And you know, he might show, if he get in the ring, make it in the ring, he might show up and show out. He might be Keyshawn Bright Light Stevenson. He might be. But he got to get in that ring and do his thing. I'm not happy with the T.O. and Ryan news. I'm not really excited to see T.O. in the ring. I would have loved to see him and Brian Norman. I am interested in what Brian Norman is going to do. But boxing goes on and we're staying tuned, but it looked like the Linguini method has proven itself again. But hopefully everybody enjoy the fights tomorrow. I am pulling for Wilder. You know, I hope he can, you know, I think he can, you know, he can channel his you know, the old Wilder again, man, and land that right hand. You got to respect it. I think Chisora might get a little winded and tired, you know. Hopefully Wilder's conditioning is all that. Chisora looked tired at the weigh-in. You know, but it is big. It's still big implications because Wilder is a name. And I think it's still meat on the bone with him and AJ. You know, I think that there's still an audience that will really want to see that. So hopefully, you know, we come out on top tomorrow. Putting positive vibes out there, and my eyeballs will be glued to the screen. This is Fruits and Veggies, not that Reggie. Fact-based content, not opinion-based. Silence is consent, meaning that all it takes for evil to prevail is for men and women to remain silent. So we speak to the things that need to be spoken to in the sport of boxing. We're trying to preserve it. We put all these guys on the scale, we weigh them, we see what they got going on, we judge them. I hate that I'm gonna have to cook my boy Hitchens, but I gotta do it. I gotta stay honest, man. That's what keep me going on this channel. You know, the people that I like and the people that I rock with, the people that I'm interested in that's good for the sport, I gotta talk about them. Good, bad, or indifferent. And they know that I rock with them, but I gotta be honest. I can't be like a lot of people that I see where they're not so honest. You know, we always say that go over there and, you know, check out your channels, check out, you know, who you like to hang with, you know, have your water cooler talk to people that you done built relationships with, chat it up, talk about boxing, then come over and hear what we got to say. You know, you'll be surprised, man. Some interesting perspectives. We start inside the ring and work our way outside the ring if it's even necessary, but we try to keep it all boxing. Speaking the truth, speaking the facts, you know, doing research, doing our homework, being innovative. It's all things that make the channel up, you know. We don't cookie cut, copycat. We cite sources. We give shout outs to channels that's doing their thing. I know I do, especially some smaller channels that might not be getting lit. And I know over here, if I ever endorse a channel or do something that has nothing to do with the content that I make over here, I'm just endorsing what they do over there. It don't have nothing to do with clouting or anything like that. It's really to say, hey man, I recognize your work, man. Good interview. Hey, that was nice. You're doing your thing. That's what that really is. So put some positive energy out there for Wilder. The heavyweight division needs it. Thanks for choosing Bodywork Boxing. But we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
He didn't want to box. He wanted to actually prove that he could punch with you. He was like, what the fuck is this nigga, right? Oh, okay, you want to go to sleep. You tired.
Welcome to Bodywork.